All right, guys, so we got a Mediaite article here and a video for you. She's not a hero. Charlamagne torches Liz Cheney on The View, calls her complicit for 4 years of Trump. So this dropped on July 25th. Let's go ahead and take a look, and then we'll talk about it.
Talking before you came out, we were talking about politics, and we were talking about Liz Cheney. And there's some people, like me, who see her as a profile in courage, as a historical figure, as somebody who's put...
Liz Cheney?
Yes. How do you see her?
None of those things. I mean, I mean, that's a broad question. How do I see her? Like,
yeah, because some people see her as a hero in today's politics.
No.
Some people see her as a zero.
Well, she's standing up to people who say that the
bar
election
was set pretty low.
Yeah, I mean,
was stolen.
Yeah, but she was complicit for 4 years. I mean, when you ride with Donald Trump on damn near everything for 4 years, I don't think you can be considered a hero. Not to mention, after January 6th, she voted against the John Lewis voting rights bill. So you can't tell me that you're standing up for democracy when you won't even vote to preserve the cornerstone of democracy, which is voting. So,
yeah.
nah.
Okay, then.
She's not a hero.
So...
She also, by the way, celebrated the overturning of Roe versus Wade, just so everybody understands. So you can't say she's a hero. You can't say she supports small d democracy when she voted against the Voting Rights Act, and she certainly doesn't support freedom with all these extremist measures being taken around the country when it comes to abortion. So by the way, just to bolster his point here, buttress his point, I don't know which is the right way to say it. Both of those words sound weird. Let's say that. This is in 538. During the era of Trump, they tracked how every single politician voted and how often they voted with Trump. This is Liz Cheney. For her career, 92.9% of the time she voted with Donald Trump. Then we have, in the 116th Congress, 92.8%, 115th Congress, 95.8%. Yeah. See, now, this is what's so frustrating to somebody like me, because, and I'll freely admit, like, on certain things, I feel like I'm relatively autistic. And when we talk about politics, to me, I always sort of laser focus in on policy, because that's the heart of politics. If you have a position of power and authority, and you are a congressman or you are a senator, and you get to directly vote on the way we craft our civilization, I don't care about what you say. I mean, I do care, but not nearly as much about what you do and how you vote. And to me, if you're with Trump 92.9% of the time, that means you're with Trump 92.9% of the time. Now, that doesn't mean that in the area where she's dissenting that she's not correct, because she is. She is. So you have to give credit where credit is due, but it's the lowest bar in the world. You know, like Liz Cheney doesn't want an election to be illegally overthrown. Like, well, you did support the one in 2000 getting illegally overthrown, I'm sure, where every single way you did the Florida recount vote, Al Gore won, which means he would have won the election, but Fox News called it early that night. Jeb Bush, of course, was the governor of Florida, and he was like, oh, my brother won. So you support certain elections being overthrown, but not this one. Okay, well, you're right on this one, you were wrong on that one. It's just tepid, faint praise, man. Lowest bar in the world. And I'll give you credit for that, but that's it. That's all you get credit for. Liz Cheney has never met a war she doesn't like. She's never met a tax cut for the rich that she doesn't like. She's never met a piece of deregulation that she doesn't like. She's a torture defender. Her dad is one of the worst war criminals in modern American history. And so I think Charlamagne's 100% right. And I enjoy the reality check. Now, Ana Navarro is like, she's like an anti-Trump conservative or whatever. But I enjoy that reality check, even for liberals, because you have to shake them out of their complacency. Because oftentimes, people who aren't serious about politics, they'll just start seeing everything as a binary. It's like Trump bad, Democrat good. So anybody who doesn't like Trump is with us. And it's a tribalist thing, it's a team thing. And his argument is like, she ain't no fucking hero. You want to say she's right about the January 6th thing? Fair enough, we agree. But beyond that, she ain't no fucking hero. Because what matters is what she's doing with her power. And what she's doing with her power, apart from the one correct thing of standing up to the January 6th stuff, is reliably and consistently voting wrong on 93% of things. So you have to keep her in context. You have to keep her in perspective. And unfortunately, that doesn't happen often. Certainly with the media. Because I do think voters are a little more reasonable, but the media in particular, I mean, they just lose it in their pants. If any Republican, utters some anti-Trump sentiment, they're like, yeah, one of us, we love you, yeah. And that's what you're seeing. And that's, why that question was asked. I'm sure they were expecting him to answer it the other way. Like, oh, yes, this is so brave, and this is so strong of her. And this is, she's a profile in courage. I'm sure they expected something like that, but he kept it real. Charlamagne's an interesting character, man. Ever since Adpocalypse, when YouTube defunded all independent news and politics overnight, we haven't trusted them. We know they can pull the rug out from underneath us at any time. If you enjoy this content, please consider tipping $1 or $2 per month on the Secular Talk Patreon. Link in the video description box below. Thanks for your support.